Alright, what's up guys? It is your boy, your man, Lucky Matt, back at it again. What's up? You know, sometimes I just see some things and I'm just like, what? And this is one of those times. This news has been going around Twitter. You've probably seen a little bit of it. You definitely want to talk about it. Express why I am very disappointed in what they're doing here. And I think this is a very, very bad idea for the tentpole screen franchises like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, and Kingdom Hearts, of course. So, to ring in the new year in their own little special way, Square Enix and their president, Yuzuki Matsuda, published a New Year's letter to everybody, to all of the fans and the company and their shareholders, especially the shareholders specifically probably, gave his thoughts about the future of gaming and where the company is going to go and what plans they have for games in the future. So let's see what he had to say. I would like to begin by wishing everyone a happy new year. Oh, thanks, man. I hope you don't ruin that sentiment with the next thing you're about to say. The metaverse was a hot topic in 2021. God damn it. Yep, this letter is essentially all about how NFTs and cryptocurrency and blockchain and metaverse is the future of gaming, and in Square Enix specifically. So I'm going to go over the highlights of this letter right here. The metaverse was a hot topic in 2021, inspiring a lively global conversation. First about what the metaverse is, and then about what sorts of business opportunities it presents. Of course, that's the only reason you think about it, isn't it? Your corporation. He also talks about the rise in augmented reality and cloud and 5G technology and how everything is kind of happening instantaneously and how we're living in a mixed reality world. Another term that gained quick currency in 2021 was NFT, or non-fuckable token. I know it says non-fungible, but the people who make them are not fuckable, so I just call them non-fuckable tokens. The advent of NFTs using blockchain technology significantly increased the liquidity of digital goods, enabling the trading of a variety of such goods at high prices and sparking conversations the world over. I see in 2021 not only as Metaverse Year 1, but as also NFTs Year 1, given that it was a year in which NFTs were met with a great deal of enthusiasm by a rapidly expanding user base. You know, it is really rapidly expanding and gaining value, you know, it's almost like a bubble, ain't it? However, we do observe examples here and there of overheated trading in NFT digital-based goods with somewhat speculative overtones, even though you just said 2 sentences ago that high prices are a good thing. But he eventually expects them to correct themselves out, so don't worry. This man knows what's going on. It will eventually work itself out. Don't you worry. Be they single player or online games, games have traditionally involved a unidirectional flow, whereas creators such as ourselves provide a game to consumers that play them. You say that as if it's like a bad thing. What's wrong with delivering products to consumers? That's not enough anymore, I guess. By contrast, blockchain games, which have emerged from their infancy and are at this very moment entering a growth phase, are built upon the premise of token economy and therefore hold the potential to enable self-sustaining game growth. The driver that most enables such self-sustaining growth is diversity, both in how people engage with interactive content like games and in their motivations for doing so. Advances in token economies will likely add further momentum to this diversification. I see the play to earn concept that has people so excited as a primal example of this, because playing games is a job now, guys. Oh, this next sentence is golden. I realize that some people who play to have fun and who currently form the majority of players have voiced their reservations towards these new trends. The amount of contempt for your audience in that one sentence, I wonder why they form the majority of players. I wonder why that is. Now, people playing games to have fun, that's a mistake. And understandably so, then why are you doing it? However, I believe that there will be a certain number of people whose motivation is to play to contribute, by which I mean to help make the game more exciting. Traditional gaming has offered no explicit incentive to this latter group of people, who are motivated strictly by such inconsistent personal feelings as goodwill and volunteer spirit. Okay. I wonder why they wanted to do this stuff to a game. Probably because they liked the game and they wanted to add more stuff to it. If they didn't like the game in the first place, then why would they even bother? This fact is not unrelated to the limitations of using existing user-generated content. UGC has been brought into being solely because of individuals' desire for self-expression and not because of any explicit incentive existed to reward them for their creative efforts. Maybe they just want to do it because they want to have fun. Hey, paying artists for their work is great, but, you know, maybe this is not the way to go about it. I see this as one reason there hasn't been any major game-changing content that were user-generated as one would expect. That has so much contempt for the modding community in that one sense. Oh, you're not getting paid, so your work is shit. I guess. However, with advances in token economy, users will be provided with explicit incentives, therefore resulting not only in greater consistency in their motivation, but also creating a tangible upside to their creative effort. I believe that this will lead to more people devoting themselves to such efforts and greater possibilities of games growing in exciting ways. From having fun to earning to contributing, a wide variety of motivations will inspire people to engage with games and connect with one another. Those are some of the highlights from the letter right there, but you get the point. If you want to read the entire statement, I will leave a link to that in the description. I recommend that you read the whole thing. It's good to understand what's going on in the future here, and basically, I think what this thing is trying to say is that, you know, NFTs, big trend happening right now, aren't they? They're a big trendy thing. Facebook's doing it, so hey, why don't we do it? We need more ways to nickel and dime our consumers and make economies out of our games, because games aren't, they can't be about playing games anymore. No, it's about making money the best way possible. So, and Square Enix seems pretty dedicated to that cause. All right, let's start breaking this down. First off, NFTs. You've seen all the reasons why it's bad. You know why it's bad. Here's a little video that I found on Twitter that I think does a really good job at presenting all the facts about NFTs. Enjoy. That was a fun video, wasn't it? Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, basically, NFTs, bad for the environment, uses a shit ton of energy. It's a bad concept in of itself because you don't actually own the thing that you're buying, even though that's the whole point. Is you're just owning a receipt, and that receipt doesn't mean shit in the eyes of the law. Paying for a certificate that can expire if a service that hosts that certificate shuts down eventually. So yeah, fun times right there. So that in and of itself, NFTs suck ass. But to add them in to games, both single player and multiplayer, as he specified in that letter right there, ooh, it just makes the party even more exciting, isn't it? Oh, this freaking letter, man, my god. So, I guess we're having a new entry into our ways to nickel and dime to consumer out of their hard-earned money. Gaming bingo card. First, we had just regular microtransactions where you can buy horse skin DLC. I think that was the big thing back in the day with like Morrowind. And then there was loot boxes, and now we have NFTs. $60 to $70 is not a flat fee anymore. It's an entrance fee to get you into their little economy or whatever they have. A lot of people are going free to play with that kind of stuff, but it's still a lot of $60 to $70 games are doing a lot of egregious microtransactions, which is absolutely fucking disgusting. You're not required to buy them, but there's heavy incentive for you to do it, and you're at a heavy disadvantage if you don't. So I am not too familiar with the concept of blockchain games. That's still something I'm trying to wrap my head around, but from what I understand is that it's a thing where you usually, it's a free thing to do, at the very least there's that, and start grinding and doing stuff to eventually earn a token, something like that, and you can sell that as an NFT on the market, and it's wholly uniquely yours, and you can transfer it between games, which doesn't really make sense because of how games work, but whatever. From what I understand, it's games as work and not as fun. It's just work. You're not doing it because you have fun doing it. No, you're doing it so you can work to get something that may be worth something, maybe not, I don't know. The thing that hurts me most about this letter is the viewpoint of games being a fun art form being such an antiquated concept. That's the tone I get from this statement, that playing games to have fun and escape from the real world is the wrong way to do it. We've been doing it wrong this whole time. Here's the right way to do it. It has to be work. The only reason games should exist is to make as much money as possible, as quickly as possible, and when something like this starts going down, get out as fast as you can. Because NFTs are a bubble, and they will burst. It will happen in probably the next couple years or so. And they're just getting in on this trend because they saw Facebook doing it, and a lot of other people are doing it. Oh, like, oh, we'll jump on this trend and then bounce out when it all goes down. And the people on the bottom will be left in the dust. And the whole point of cryptocurrency and NFTs is to take power away from the elites. Well, the elites are using this power and using it for themselves. And they know how these things work. They'll bounce out when it's time to get out, and you will be left in the dust. This whole decentralized thing isn't really working out, is it? I don't know if it'll work out. Who knows what will happen in the future? You know, I'm sure some of this will stay in place, which sucks, but that's just how it's gonna happen, I think. And this whole metaverse thing that they go on about, I'm sure all the different companies are now going to make their own version of the metaverse, which is just going to be a glorified capitalism simulator, because from what I can tell, people are just buying out plots of land in the metaverse for like millions of dollars, and what they're going to do is just like charge people to come visit that place or do that experience or something like that. I know that's how everything works, but I want an escape from the real world. I don't want to be reminded of the real world is with just pretty colors. It sucks that this new way of communicating with the world, if it wasn't so full of capitalist greed, but yet here we are, and I think it's going to ruin it, unfortunately. And I think all these different companies creating their own version of the metaverse will come back to bite them, and it will just create a weird economy of multiple metaverses. You know what I mean? So, I am, of course, not the only person to feel this way. In fact, a lot of different people feel this way. In fact, it's pretty much unanimous in the fact that this is bullshit and people do not like this. People have been pointing out the obvious comparison to Final Fantasy VII and the plot of that game, where it's about stopping a greedy corporation from destroying the planet for their own monetary gain. And, yeah, pretty apt. Ain't it? I love that one crypto fuckers image. That one's really funny. And people are pointing out the awfulness of that play to have fun statement. That's just such a freaking awful thing. I sent out a tweet yesterday saying if Kingdom Hearts implements NFTs into their stuff in the near future with what Square Enix said, then the community better throw a fuss about it or we're fucked. And that tweet got over 2,000 likes. So needless to say, people agree, and people are not on board with this thing. Please, Square Enix, it's the 20th anniversary. Please don't do anything this year. I beg of you. It's our year. Let us have this, please, without fucking it up. Basically, people are not happy about this. I am not very happy about this either. This statement reads like corporate BS, and it is so out of touch with what their audience is and what their audience wants. And I'm 100% sure they see this happening. And I hope to God that they, at the very least, reconsider what they're doing here. Because I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's going to further decrease the amount of fun that goes into playing games. Because that's the whole point of playing games in the first place, isn't it? It's an escape. It's an entertainment product. And when you rip the entertainment out, put more of the real world in, and, you know, make games like going to work, then that is not going to be beneficial for it, and I think gaming could die on that hill if you keep going down that road. If you do something, at the very least, please reconsider, and if you don't do that, then at the bare minimum, leave it out of single-player games. Just leave it out of there. I know you mentioned them both in here, so you want to do it with both, but that's not what we want. We play single-player games nowadays to escape the multiplayer BS. That's one of the main reasons we play single-player games now. It's just to escape the multiplayer BS. So when you bring more of that in there, just ruins it more. And honestly, if they keep going with this, I may just not buy any more new games and stick with my old games, because I know those are good. And with the really good games, people make content for that all the time out of that volunteer spirit that you so harshly bash in this statement. So please, at the very least, reconsider. That's all I have to say on this. Tell me down in the comments below what you think about this. Are you mad about this? What do you think they're going to be doing to implement these NFTs since they're so hamstrung on getting this in here? And what do you think is going to happen in the future? Do you think they'll back down? Do you think they'll reconsider? What do you think they'll do? Tell me down in the comments below your opinion. Also, make sure to subscribe, like this video, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord server, turn on notifications. Really awesome if you did. This has been Matt, and I will see you guys in the next video, whatever that's going to be. So yeah, bye!